Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm JJW with here on rumble.com/JJW with your two dads. And it's Halloween, so we're dressed up to party. Let's go find Deacon. Deacon. Oh God, Deacon. Deacon, you're.
Did you go to the
I
wrong
thought we were.
house this morning?
I thought we said we were doing a thing where we were gonna.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
I'm sorry. I have an excuse on why I did not dress up this morning. I have been in the hospital all weekend.
Oh.
So you'll have to excuse some of my little stuff that I do today. I'm having to spit in my garbage can over here because it's very hard to swallow this morning. But I have been in the hospital all weekend. Yeah, take that off. Take that off. You look good though. Way to go there, Thor.
Hey. Ooh. I got the Thor Ragnarok shortcut.
Cut too, yeah.
I got the beard. I'm in character.
Right.
Okay, you've been in the hospital. What's going on, Deacon? Why are you in the hospital?
I threw up about, I don't know, not exaggerating. I threw up about 20 or 30 times the other day, and I was throwing up blood for a majority of those. So when Ashley got home, took me to the hospital, and they kept me there and gave me fluids and gave me some anti-nausea medicine and trying to figure out what the crap's going on. That's what I was just looking at when the intro was on. I was looking at, you see my lip?
Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I see that.
Growing up, man.
It burned your lip. Like the acid burned your lip.
Yeah, straight up. So
well, I know, Deacon. I know for sure that people watching the show right now. There's only a couple that are in right now, but one of them is my brother, and then Jordan will show up here. So we have people that are. So I'm going to ask you guys, please. And we're always concerned about Deacon's health a little bit, but like this is not good. I mean,
Hopefully it'll it's they all with the CAT scan and everything, and they was trying stuff. They said that they really thought that it was what my doctor says, gastroparesis, and so I've
is
just got to
there
start
like a
watching that.
treatment? Like
No, there's not
there's
a
no
cure for it.
treatment.
Yeah, I think you can take medicine and stuff for it, but there's not a cure for it.
Oh my
So,
gosh. And I know you're probably more willing to do some like holistic type.
oh yeah,
You
I'd be
know,
willing to do holistic stuff more than other stuff, but at this point, I get to a point to where I'm like, I
yeah.
don't care. What is it?
I mean,
So we're all
I'm so
good.
sorry.
I'm just
So sorry, DK.
I'm not feeling so hot this morning. I was actually able to drink half of this water, a little more than half of the water this morning so far. It just hurts when I swallow because of all the
Yeah.
puking.
Oh yeah, you're tore up.
Yeah, right up
Yeah.
here is all messed up. So
Oh,
my body
Jesus.
is aching so bad. It's like it's I don't even want to sit up in this chair. I've got all my radio stuff done. The only reason I came into work this morning was so that we could do our Halloween thing and
Man.
fix my stuff over here, and then I'm going home here in about an hour.
All right. Well, let's let's do some news, and then we'll do some movie stuff. You got your number one movie picked out in your brain. I got mine picked out. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
right
when
over
I
here.
say it's people are gonna be like, of course.
When I name mine, people are going to be like, "Really?" But it's
Oh, that's good.
you'll hear my reason
I
why.
have I have a runner up. I have a second, I think, and you know, I have a story about this too in just a little bit. But believe you me, I'm not gonna forget the story because I'm so irritated. All right, let's do a little bit of news stories, and then we'll do our fun movie stuff. If you guys haven't already, please hit the rumble button or whatever you're doing. Let's see. So I saw this in the news, Deacon, and I thought maybe like, oh, let me get your initial reaction when I read this headline. Marvin Moy, NYC doctor charged by feds, vanishes after alleged I don't know what that means, boat accident. Alleged boat accident, mysteriously disappears.
Long Island.
Yeah, but he's already been charged by feds for a massive health fraud scheme. So a Manhattan doctor charged with a massive fraud scheme mysteriously vanishes after a boat bounces off another boat. What's the first thing that comes into your mind?
He done it himself.
Faked his death?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
faked his death.
Yeah. You have a con man doctor involved in a fraud scheme, and he like, oh, there was a boat accident, and he fell off the boat and he's gone. Didn't he really? Nobody believes that right off the bat. This is a very obviously a concocted like this guy has been watching TV too much or something. Like nobody's gonna believe this, dude. Friends with Dr. Maven Moy told the Post that they're left with unanswered questions about the alleged accident. They're not even reporting an actual accident. They're saying, they're talking about a story about an accident. An accident that apparently flung Moy overboard after he and his passenger collided. One passenger. He was on a boat with one other person that was the witness after his boat collided with a larger vessel 25 miles off the coast of Fire Island. Dr. Moy's boat, the Sure Shot, sank, and rescuers reported debris and an oil sheen. We've got unresolved questions. Now, it's very possible that that this really happened, and then this man is at the bottom of the ocean. If you were to put a probability on that, 0 to 100% that happened, what does your gut instinct say, Deacon?
0.1.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at too. I'm like, yeah, Jordan says he pulled a Dexter. It seems exactly like a Dexter. Mm-hmm. All right. I thought that was I guess I have a black sense of humor, and that's actually tragic and sad and bad on me for saying that. So anyway, I just saw this headline and I was like, I just don't believe this at all. Okay. It's my first thought was like fake. It's fake news. Okay, this one's horrible. It's Monday morning. I'm trying to have a good time. I don't want to cover this. Democrat donor platform Act Blue gave money to an organization that hosts sex chats with LGBT minors. Act Blue is this kind of like infrastructure that's used by various Democrats running, anytime they're trying to do fundraisers, they use Act Blue. And then that's like their Patreon or whatever for you to send money into their campaigns. And I guess one of the campaigns was, I don't know, grooming LGBT minors. I don't even want to pull the story up. It's awful.
Okay, thank you.
So that's bad. Yeah. Let's see. We'll do this and then we'll be done with politics for the morning. Let me pull this up. What's the button?
I'm not going to talk about Pelosi's.
That we found out about that after the show, and it's not really clear what happened. But
I'm reading some really interesting stuff in here this morning.
Pull it up if you want to. But my understanding of the events are that police were called to a disturbance at the Pelosi house, and 82-year-old Paul Pelosi. It was like 2 a.m. So like he was in his underwear, I guess, and was wrestling or fighting with some other guy. And then the other guy took the hammer from Paul Pelosi and bashed him in the head with it. And that's
and what they're
violent
saying
and awful.
That other guy was a male prostitute that was there for Paul Pelosi, because you got to think Nancy Pelosi is third in line for the fucking president. Nancy Pelosi is third in line for the presidency. Do you think what are the chances of a fucking guy, some random person getting into their fucking house in his underwear? Just on 0 to 100? You just asked me this with that. On 0 to 100, what's the chance of a fucking intruder in his underwear getting into the third person in line's president's in his house? What are the chances?
I hadn't heard that. I don't know. But my understanding was that Pelosi wasn't in town. She was in Washington. So her security detail was with her.
So Paul was there and by himself. Oh, wow. Gosh, that'd be a perfect time to hire a prostitute. And I read on Reddit the other day. Reddit is just the biggest fucking piece of liberal trash on the face. I mean, the people on Reddit, the reason I go to Reddit is to see how stupid the fucking liberals are.
Not good.
And they were on there just hammering. Do you see what happens? This is what hate speech does. Hate speech causes people to attack this poor senior citizen. This senior citizen got hit with a hammer, and oh my God, this poor old man is never going to be the same as this poor old. I'm like, you fucking stupid fucking motherfuckers. You are, I don't even have the fucking right adjectives to use right now. All I can use is fuck. You are stupid fucking fucks.
Okay. So I don't know all the facts. My understanding, these are the facts that I know. Hammer fight. The hammer was in the possession of Paul Pelosi, and the other guy in his underwear took it. And the people that are... I mean, I heard various different reports, but one of them was that he was that Paul Pelosi called him a family friend, but that may have been code language because he was on the phone with police. Okay, so that may not have been true. The friends or family of the assailant reported him as being mentally ill, which you can understand if you attack somebody in the middle of the night with a hammer whilst wearing your underwear, and makes sense.
Or that's a good excuse.
Mentally
that's a good
ill.
excuse to keep the husband of the third person in line for president out of the fucking media because he just done something stupid with a prostitute. That's a good excuse to get out of that?
Oh, but okay. But here's the thing, Deacon. Here's the thing I don't understand. My understanding is that police went to the residence, called to the residence, went to the residence. They knocked on the door. A third person let them into the house. Somebody else, not involved in the fight, opened the door and invited the police in, where they saw Paul Pelosi and Underwear Man wrestling or fighting on the floor. And then I believe they were actually witnessed Underwear Man take the hammer and hit him in the head. Well, who is the third person?
He's the cameraman.
You got Pelosi's film crew. Is Rumble streaming? Tell me Rumble is streaming. Oh my gosh. Seems like we don't have Rumble streaming. Let me see. Nope. It's screwed up again. I will fix that, Brian. Can't believe it, man. That sucks. So it seems that maybe Andy has stream configuration. It seems that Andy may believe that there are more I don't know, serious things going on here than I would understand. Unable to connect. Yeah, Rumble's not streaming. I definitely goofed up the Rumble stream, and I can't fix it right now either. Sorry. Man, what a bump! I'll put it back. I'll put the show on Rumble after the fact. I'll download it and put it up there. That sucks. Wow. Okay, well, prostitutes. I honestly had not heard that there was a Pelosi prostitute angle. And I do want to say that despite the fact that I find Nancy Pelosi to be horrendous and awful, and don't have a tremendous amount of sympathy for her husband who trades, on inside information. I mean, they obviously do that stuff in cahoots, allegedly. That doesn't mean that I would justify or warrant violent physical attack on somebody. That's not cool, bro. So I denounce the violence. I don't want violence. I don't want Nancy Pelosi or Paul Pelosi or anybody else to get hammered involuntarily. Okay, so while Deacon's gone, since this will not brace his blood pressure, we'll cover this right here. Let's get this story up, and this one's gonna have a couple of bits and bops. Joe Biden says we must stop Republican malarkey that's inciting violence. This is reported on Breitbart.com. Breitbart.com is 49 and a half out of 100. So, maybe it's legitimate news, maybe not. President Joe Biden on Saturday again tried to blame Republicans for the attack on Paul Pelosi on Friday. You can't condemn the violence unless you condemn those people who continue to argue the election was not real, that it's not being stolen, that all the malarkey that's being put out there to undermine democracy. The president spoke to reporters about the attack at a polling center in Delaware where he voted early with his granddaughter, Natalie Biden. Do. And there's Paul Pelosi. There's Nancy Pelosi.
I feel sorry for his granddaughter.
Yeah, we've seen some. I don't think we ran the clip where he was touching the girl on the shoulder. It was a bunch of people were like, "Bro, you're 80-something years old. Stop touching little girls." Anyway, all right. So
sniffing people.
Yeah, maybe stop smelling.
How old you are? Don't sniff people.
Joe Basset Hound. All right. He blamed Republicans for political rhetoric inspiring mentally ill people to violence. Oh, okay. So Joe Biden says that Republican malarkey is inciting people to violence, and to which I say, oh, I bet I can find a clip of some of this Republican malarkey, and you know what? We're not going to let it stand here on Your Two Dads. We are going to stop it. Here we go. Oh, here's Democrat Senator Mazie Hirono. I bet she has something to say about it.
I yield the floor, but clearly, this is a literally call to arms in our country.
Oh.
Yield the floor.
Oh, from the Senate floor. Senate Democrat Mazie Hirono called to arms. Oh, okay. My bad. My mistake. Hold on. Wrong clip. So embarrassing on my part. Oh my God. I got the right clip. Here it is. Here it is Joe Biden's speech. You remember, Soul of America.
Only if
we
respect our legitimate political differences.
Yes, respect our legitimate political.
I will not stand by and watch. I will not. the will of the American people be overturned by wild conspiracy theories and baseless evidence-free claims of fraud. I will not stand by and watch elections in this country stolen by people who simply refuse to accept that they lost.
Wild conspiracies stolen by people that accept that won't consider they like. Oh, wrong clip. I'm so confused this morning. Yeah, this must be the clip I meant. Here we go. Oh, it's Hillary Clinton. You guys love her.
Right-wing extremists already have a plan to literally steal the next presidential election.
And they did.
You what? They are blaming you for the stuff that they want to do. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. So Joe Biden, whatever. Must stop Republican malarkey. You guys are out there literally calling for violence, and then coordinating whatever. Okay. Anyway, that's all the political stuff I got this. I just wanted to, like, you know, he's out there waving the flag, trying to get other Democrats elected or whatever. And he's, you know, continuing to say that Republicans are the ones causing violence. But, you know, I don't think it was the Republicans that set cities on fire during the Summer of Love in 2020.
No shit.
Yeah.
No
You all right? What's up?
Hey.
What's the shit? What's the shit?
No, I said no shit.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's enough of that nonsense. Okay. We're going to set aside that trivialities, and we're going to talk about something that's really, really concerning. This has probably got people somewhere between heartbroken, emotionally wrecked, and ejecting, like, and just totally shitting themselves right here. I mean, Brian Perkins told me about this over the weekend. Apparently, Henry Cavill is no longer going to be bewitched. Henry Cavill will no longer be the Witcher. This Netflix's The Witcher has been a firm fan favorite since hitting the screens in December 2019. And following on the heels of Game of Thrones, the show has a strong cult following among the fantasy drama fans. The premiere was a smash hit, but the season 2 proved to be gold for Netflix, clocking up 462 million hours of view time, whatever that means. Have you watched The Witcher, Deacon? Yeah. This seems like something you'd be down and into. Was Mr. Cavill as great in this as I've seen him in other things?
He's good, but you could put anybody in that role.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe that Brian's linked me to a story that they were going to maybe recast with Liam Hemsworth, the younger Thor brother. Okay. Although this seems to indicate that maybe they're going to just like wrap the show up. It's not real sure. I'm not real sure what they're going to do. I think that what's happened is that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson used his mega powers as a box office draw to leverage Warner Brothers to make a deal with Henry Cavill so that Cavill could return and would return as Superman. That deal being an exclusive contract, and therefore Henry Cavill had to perhaps exit his Netflix deal. So I think that's what's going on. But
that sounds feasible.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not feeling so hot, dude.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Henry Cavill shocked his fans by announcing on Instagram that he was exiting the show and being replaced by Liam Hemsworth. The reaction was less than ecstatic. Cavill fans are hitting the eject button on The Witcher after the recast news. Guys, give Liam a chance.
Yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. There won't be.
I mean, if Deacon's right. So, like, I don't know anything about Witcher.
So if it was a video game, I never played the video game, but I've talked to a bunch of people that love it, and they all say, "Oh, you'd love it. Why didn't you play that, Andy?" But I never played it, but I watched the Netflix show, and it was good. I mean, it wasn't the grandest thing I'd ever seen, but it was good.
Okay. Is it like I mean, obviously I've seen he's got like a white wig and a sword and like does like sword stuff.
They're like these protectors of evil, but they have like evil inside them, and it looks like they can summon this evil to battle evil, but you know what I
really?
mean? It's kind of,
yeah.
I've heard of that shtick before. It's nothing. It's not new,
Right.
you know,
Right,
but
right.
it's interesting. There's magic
Okay.
and stuff like that. So yeah, a
All
lot of
right.
political, a
Well,
lot of political stuff. I think they're trying to capitalize on what was the Game of Thrones. You know how Game of Thrones was real political. A lot of it was
oh
this
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
country
So
and this
is
country. So
some
I'm
of that
trying
tones,
to
but
do
maybe
that.
more
Yeah, a little bit.
supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. In other great news about bringing back things that you guys have been clamoring for, it's possible. Now, this is reported by MSN, who's getting it from Giant Frickin' Robot. So take that for what it's worth. Marvel is bringing back the most hated superhero team, whether you want it or not. I guess they're talking about the Eternals. So maybe maybe the Eternals is coming back. You saw Eternals, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did? Did you like it? Was it
I
good?
liked it. I thought it was fun.
Okay.
I thought they were going to say
Uh,
the Inhumans.
no. Oh, yeah. That actually would be the most hated because
That
like
was the most hated
that was
team.
a bomb.
Yeah, and I like that too.
I
didn't think it was bad. I didn't think the
I honestly haven't seen Inhumans. I remember it came out and I was like, man, that's definitely not enough to get me to go to the theater. And
well, there was some stupid stuff in it, like if the celestial that died on Earth, and where the hell is it now? You know, there was some stupid stuff in it.
Wasn't its hand sticking up out of the ocean?
Yeah,
like
or something
enormous
like that.
hand.
I can't remember now.
We're just gonna all the other shows that have come out since then. We're just gonna pretend like that's not a thing.
Like it wasn't even fucking there.
Yeah. So they may not get a full sequel, but they may do like a TV special or something like that. The only thing I can say about Inhumans definitively is that from the time that the movie came out, more or less, until like even like a couple of days ago, I've seen these action figures like on the clearance aisle at the store, and which means like they're not selling. So that's all I know. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I can just do with this, just like I did with several other Marvel movies. Just like I'll just pretend it doesn't exist. I don't need to watch it. I can enjoy the ones I like without having to see this or not see this. I don't think it's going to get like a sequel. I mean, you're not going to get, I don't know, Selma Hayek and Angelina Jolie back in this thing. I don't think so. No, for something that bombed. All right, that's enough of that. Deacon, prepare yourself to reveal your most favorite scary movie. But I'm gonna I don't know. Let's shoot paper rock scissors. Who goes first? Huh?
You go first.
Oh, okay. I'll go first. All right. The suspense is absolutely.
I just need to pull up need to pull up the page.
In my opinion, personally, this is not objective. This is my personal opinion. The best scary monster movie of all time is John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It is absolutely the best monster movie in all of time.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
I mean, now this ends up being at the top of a lot of lists. If you do like search lists or whatever, a lot of people put this up there. But I was like, I don't care what any list says. I love this movie. It takes place in the Arctic. It's got like whiteout conditions. You got 20-something-year-old Kurt Russell. You got oh my god, I just forgot his name. Louis Keith David. You got Keith David in this thing.
David, yeah.
And there's a couple of like trivia facts I learned last night while I was trying to do my homework. First of all, here's the downside. I would have had a prop for this movie. I have a prop for this movie. It's in my house somewhere. I believe I own The Thing. I own it on DVD or whatever. Now, who watches DVD anymore? I don't know. But I would have had. So I was like, oh, let me go down to my DVD box in the garage. And I was shuffled across. I was like, it's got to be on top. Oh, it's not on top. Oh, okay. So at like midnight last night, I'm down in the garage. I pull the box off the shelf. I got a flashlight. I'm going through the whole box. I'm finding like a bunch of stuff. I was like, wow, I forgot I had that. Can't find my DVD of The Thing. And I know for a fact that I've been to stores in the past where I was like, oh, look, Thing's on sale. But I already have it, so I don't need to get it. So I can't find my prop of this movie. But my wife was like, I know you have that movie. It's in the closet. There's nothing in the closet except pillows. There's nothing in there. So I can't find my evidence that this is my favorite movie. This is my favorite movie. I love the scene where the dog, I think it's a dog, in the kennels, like turns into it starts turning into a monster or whatever. It's like wild and crazy. I love the scene where you have 6 or 7 people that are on the base and like something's going wrong, and they figure out that this thing can like replicate people and become them before it kind of consumes them. And so they figure out that it doesn't respond well to like fire. Like it biologically like screams or whatever on fire. I think it's fire. So they take the same knife and they're like, cut their hand. Now, if the guy before you was contaminated and it was on the knife, you would have infected yourself. But whatever, that's great. So they take the same knife. They do the little test or whatever. It gets around to the last guy, and then like chaos ensues. But I want to share this. Here's a scene of let me flip over here. I got a couple of clips for this movie. This is the little bit of the scene for the blood test. Now this character's nickname in the movie, because they all have handles, right? Because they're like down and they're on a mission or whatever, so they have like friendly
handles,
nicknames. This guy was wearing glasses earlier in the movie. His nickname is Windows. Let me see. I think he even says it right here. Come on, Kurt. Wow, this is embarrassing. Let's try again.
What do you got in mind, McCready?
A little test. Windows. You and Palmer, cut everybody down real tight.
You and Palmer, cut everybody down.
Let's rush him. He's not going to blow us all up.
Man, young Kurt Russell's so good. So, and there's
Keith David.
There's Keith David. Pardon my throat, guys.
So
his nick. Yeah. Oh, so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's in my second clip for this one. So that guy's name is Windows, and then they tie each other up, and then they kind of basically like, you're gonna take this test or you're gonna get like tied up with the other guys, and then like that literally happens. Like one of the guys is like tied up with the thing. So his nickname is Windows. You know what Kurt Russell's name is in the movie?
I don't remember.
McCready.
Yeah.
So like two characters are Mac and Windows in 1982. All right. This is a clip from, and this is the last one, and then I'll be done with it. This is just my favorite movie.
No, it's good, dude. You're good. I'm not feeling so hot.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Yeah. We may even end the show early if you can get Ashley there to pick you up. This is a bit of the finale scene between Keith David's character. Man, these stupid video clips. It's between Keith David's character. So basically, the only thing they can figure out to do is to burn the whole base down. Now watch Kurt Russell talking. He's talking. There's air coming out of his mouth. They're in Antarctica. It's obviously frozen, right? And then there's Keith David's character talking to him.
If you're worried about me,
we've got any
where's the cold air
coming out of Keith David's mouth?
I don't think we're much.
It's not coming out of Keith David's mouth.
No.
Well, what do we do?
So, John Carpenter said in 2013, like you watch this movie and you're like, oh my God, how does it end? Is one of them still the Thing? Are they both humans? Or what's going on? It leaves you with this dramatic tension of like, you don't know what's going to happen. The Thing can't kill the last human or it's going to die too.
Right.
It needs the human to get somebody else to get to the base to get them out of there. That's what it needs to do. So you're left with this dramatic tension of maybe they killed it, maybe they didn't. I don't know. Well, if you watch this scene and you're like, oh, hold on, the thing's not breathing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not warming up air. All right, so I think Keith David is the thing. All right, that's the best movie of all time, in my opinion. Well, the best scary monster movie of all time. The Thing. Yeah, Keith David is awesome. They like The Thing. Okay, Deke. What's your? I have literally no idea what you were gonna pick. I have no idea.
Okay, let me go because I gotta. I've got my stuff followed. My movie is my personal scariest movie of all time. You will see I have changed my name down at the bottom. I'm no longer Deke, my nickname handle. I'm my real name down there at the bottom. That is my real name, Andy. My real name is Andrew. So my name is Andy. I've gone by Andy. In 1988, a movie came out called, hang on, let me get it up here for you. 1988, a movie came out called Child's Play. Child's Play was about nothing new, not a new story about a doll that is possessed or is evil that comes to life. But do you remember what the little kid's name in the movie was, JJ?
No, I don't remember. Was it Andy?
It was Andy. His name was Andy. And I was 11 years old in 1988.
Yeah.
So
I was going to ask, how old were you? Okay.
I was 11 years old in 1988. But in 1988, I did not see this movie in the movie theaters. The movies did not do the way that they do today. So I was probably about 12 or 13 when I saw this movie, when it finally came out on VHS and you were finally able to rent it in the movie stores. It was probably a year. Remember, it took 8 or 9 months before they would come out. It was a long time. So I was probably 12 or 13. But if you'll remember, Chucky, and I think can you hear that? Can you hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the good guy doll, and there's little Andy, and Chucky. He'll go Andy.
I mean, that thing just looks crazy right there. It's got like no eyebrows or something. It just looks nuts.
That shit scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. I used to have nightmares about the Chucky doll saying my name, Andy, Andy, and running like that through the house. I used to have nightmares about that, and so that is my number one scariest movie of all time. I still, to this day, will not watch a Chucky movie. I'm 46 years old. I haven't watched any of the other Chucky movies. I think maybe I might have watched 2, but any of these others that's came out, this newest one that came out with the girl that played the mom, I love. She's great. She was in Parks and Rec, and I love her. But I'm not going to watch it. And the kid in the new movie's named Andy. I watched the trailer.
So they brought back this. I haven't seen a trailer for a new
it came
Child's
out
Play movie
several years ago. Yeah, it was 3 or 4 years ago or something.
Now I remember this movie and the sequels being really popular around this time of year when we were kids, because they would be talking about how scary it was or whatever. I don't think I watched the original one, but I definitely remember watching Bride of Chucky. I think it was that
with Jennifer Tilly. Oh
yes. Yeah.
So there's mine, Child's Play, only because the kid's name is Andy and I'm Andy.
Yeah, you're in the movie.
I was 12 or 13 at the time.
Traumatized
I saw that, and it scared the shit out of me. Yes, it did. Yeah.
So I do have. There is like a movie or two that I've seen that had a similar, like, I'm not watching that ever again. That's a different kind of favorite than like, I love this movie, I'll watch it again and again.
There's another movie. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I was probably 11 or 12, my brother and I watched a movie called Shocker at my dad's house, and it was like this movie about like a convicted criminal that gets like electrocuted.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, but instead of dying, he turns into electricity and goes through and can terrorize.
I think I've seen that movie.
He turns into like electrical monster. It's not a scary movie, but for whatever reason was freaked out.
I've seen that movie. I watched a lot of those campy 80s movies from back in the day, and it's this. I had this in my mind. As soon as you said that, I was like, I remember that.
Shocker. Yes. Yeah. My brother had the same kind. It was both of us. We were like screamed and ran through the house or whatever. Yeah, no, I didn't like that movie. And then the other movie that literally traumatized me, and I was like, I will never watch Kathy Bates in anything. I don't care what she does. Kathy Bates can just retire. I'm never gonna, if Kathy Bates is in the movie, if she talks about the movie, whatever, I'm not going near it. And that's that Stephen King movie, Misery. Misery. I remember being like, I don't know, 10, 12 years old, and I saw her swing that hammer, and I was like,
yeah, that makes
this is horrible. I'm out. Bye.
Makes my arms hurt. I broke my arms several times, and it makes when she did that. There was a movie that came out called I've got one like that. I think it was called The Mist. It was a Stephen King movie. Yeah, it had Thomas Jane.
I love The Mist.
You loved that movie? That movie was one that I was like, that was the worst. Okay, let me make sure I've got the right movie first.
Yeah.
Is it the one at the end?
Thomas Jane.
I'm going to spoil this for everyone. So if you have not seen The Mist and you want to see it without a spoiler, just mute me real quick. You mute it, because I'm going to spoil this for everyone. Is this the movie where he kills his son at the end?
His whole family, like whoever was left.
As soon as he killed them, the goddamn army showed up to save them. That's why I fucking hate this movie. They went through the whole fucking movie trying to save his son and his family and stuff. And at the very end, they think these fucking creatures are coming. And instead, he wants to give his son. He doesn't want his son to suffer, so he kills him.
I don't want my kid to be eaten by a monster, a tentacle
and then the
monster.
Fucking army shows up to save them, and it wasn't the fucking creature; it was an army. And then that's the fucking end of the movie. And I was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And I love
traumatic and shattering.
Yes, and I love stories like that. I love different, to tell me a story that I can't guess the ending. I would not have ever guessed the ending on that, but that one was so traumatic that one scarred me, man. That one scarred me back.
I get that.
And I don't even think I had a kid at the time.
It was just so, it was such a, in the moment, you're like, things are so bad that he thought this was the best choice. And then after the reveal, the army comes out. You're like, oh my God, you made a mistake, dude.
Yeah.
You made the biggest mistake. But in that moment, you're like, I don't know. But I mean, you literally have seen people get hauled off into the mist and
it was a thriller movie, but the end just ruined it for me.
For the same reason that you hate it, I love this movie. And this DVD that I have has not only The Mist, it has a black and white version of The Mist. So it's not only like The Mist presented by Frank Darabont, but it's also the black and white cut. And the black and white cut, you'd be like, oh, is that any better? It's amazing. It's amazing. So I love this movie so much. It's that was easily in my top 5. Maybe higher. Yeah, but Thing is obviously for me the best. I had this prop ready in case I had an opportunity to talk about it. That's so crazy that you for the same reason that like I think it's like amazing. You're like, that is,
I hate it. Yeah,
it's so awful. Yeah, it's crazy that you brought it up. That's nuts. All right, well, Deacon, get your girl to get you out of there, man. We're gonna end a little early. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I screwed up on the Rumble thing. It's just so hard. You know how many hoops I have to go through to get this show to work every day, and I messed one up. So
you do a good job, JJ. You do all this stuff. I don't do shit but show up and bitch. So
I mean, that's what I want. That's all I want. And anyway, I'll fix the. We'll have it working on Rumble tomorrow, guys. If you haven't already, please hit like, subscribe. I mean, I don't really care about YouTube, but I would like to grow our audience. And anyway, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I think I may address some criticism that was levied at me this weekend, but right now I'm having a good time thinking about scary movies. So okay. I'll let people throw shade at me tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Let me play the outro. Outro.